Hello from the Galveston Arts Center. This is Dennis Nance here to walk you through 3 of our exhibitions we currently have on view. In our main gallery, we just opened on March 7th an exhibition by Adam Crosson called Haptic Recordings, The Body Eyes. You may know Adam from his time in Texas. He was a graduate of the MFA program at the University of Texas in Austin. Later, he spent a year in Houston in the core program and has since lived in New Orleans, where he's the head of the sculpture department at Tulane. This exhibition and many of the works in it were originally shown at Antenna Gallery in New Orleans, and they are photo-based works in sculpture that look at the Mississippi River and sort of our relationship to different bodies of water. There are, you can see in this image, these steel armatures holding different types of photos. The shows consist of works that are both photograms. These are actually shoe soles that Adam collected on the banks of the river, and pinhole photographs. So the pinhole photographs, we actually have one of his cameras here on view. So this pinhole actually has multiple apertures, and where the artist, Adam, could actually expose multiple images into one sheet of paper. I'll show you here. These are some of the resulting works. We also have a video that I'll see if we can put up of him actually creating the work. This is at a spillway that, if you've ever driven from Houston to New Orleans or from Texas to New Orleans, you actually cross this. And for, I believe he said 280 days, the Mississippi River was at flood capacity. They opened the spillway, and with the water sitting in this area, it would deposit sediment. So the show, as I mentioned, includes the 2 types of photographs, but he's also included these new sculptural works that actually have incorporated sediment that he's collected from the spillway. And just to give you a view of the space and the works. So this large piece here is actually made with that camera I showed you earlier. And you can see the rust marks. It's where actually water entered into the camera and kind of left its mark on the surface. But you still see the remnants of the actual little bits of pinhole exposures. So these are 2 larger photogram pieces where, again, he's collected objects on his walks along the Mississippi River and then done these direct photogram exposures. Another photogram. Another pinhole work. So for me, it was really interesting to have Adam here because, one, it was presented in conjunction with PhotoFest. I think it's always really great to have an artist kind of pushing that boundary of photography. Adam's a sculptor, mixed media artist, but it was nice to see him kind of approaching photography as a sculpture. Also, being around the Mississippi River, much of the sediment he's looking at is spilling out from the Mississippi River into the Gulf of Mexico, and some of it even landing on the shores of Galveston. So I thought it was a really nice geographical connection and a way to bring Adam back to Texas for a minute. So on Galveston Arts Center's 2nd floor, we have 2 exhibitions on view that opened in January. We'll start with Amada Miller, who's in our 1878 gallery and vault. So Amada is an artist based in San Antonio, Texas. Much of the work in this show came out of the residency that she did through Blue Star Contemporary. So here there's a couple of different things going on. I'll just walk you through quickly. Amada's looking in this work at celestial bodies that make appearances in our solar system throughout the year, and in some cases the material they make or that she has manipulated to make from them. This room actually consists of these photographic works printed on silk. They are microscopic images of Tektite glass. Tektite is actually a type of mineral that's formed when a meteor impacts the Earth's surface. So here you have the microscopic imagery juxtaposed with imagery of comets. In this case, there's actually a specimen on the right of some of that Tektite material, and to the left, some that's been slumped or melted into a lens-shaped form. On this side of the gallery, she actually has 3 casts of meteorites that she was able to cast from the Natural Science Museum in Berlin. That section of the museum was destroyed during World War II. The only sort of remaining objects were those that could withstand the heat, and the meteor, being made of iron, actually survived, but all its documentation was gone. So these 3 casts are made from bronze, aluminum from beer cans, and glass. And this group of photographs, along with the collection and the case in front of it, are actually beer bottle glass. So as part of the project and sort of looking at Tektite and this sort of precious glass in her travels, I think it's titled A Failed Collection of Tektite. So this, looking around for the glass, she's actually documented the recordings of all the different beer bottle glass that she found. So adjacent to the gallery, we have our vault open, which we've been periodically programming with video works. We have a video piece by Amada. This video is actually on her website, so you can watch it there and read a little bit about it. But essentially, it is the recordings of a comet that was conducted by the European Space Agency, and she has made an album of it, cast it, and created these ice records. In the Brown Foundation Gallery at Galveston Arts Center, Britt has a photo documentary project on view called Indian Spirit. For this exhibition, Britt has visited the town of Port Neches Groves, which was a neighboring town of where she grew up. She grew up in the Beaumont area, and has, for the past 2 years, documented the football traditions of this town. You can see me in the images too because of the glare, but. So this community has adopted a Native American imagery throughout their traditions and performing and celebrating their local town. It's a point of controversy for many. Britt, for the project, has taken a neutral stance to maintain access to the community, but also to sort of shed light on the practices of this small town in Texas. We had a lot of visitors from the community that were taking a lot of pride in seeing their team celebrated. I think we'll have a talk with Britt, hopefully virtual soon, to talk more about her experience with the project. And I believe she has many of these images also on view on her website.